Hi crocheters of the world, in this tutorial actually is a second part of the tunic that we worked on last week in the first part of the tutorial. Actually the first part of the tutorial, you have it at the end of this. There is the clickable card at the end of this tutorial. So if you don't know what am I talking about here, so you just open the channel and click on this tutorial, which is the second part. Go ahead and click on the end card at the end of this tutorial and you will just see the first part, so you will just figure out what am I talking about. Anyway, it is this is the design that I'm talking about. Into this second part we will put together the parts. I will show you how to join these two stripes with the triangle, how to work the neckline, the V neckline, how to put together, so to join the sleeves, and how to work the border, bottom border. You can see it here, but you will see it on the tutorial, in the tutorial. In the first part, if you remember, I showed you how to work the stripes and the triangle. Now, let's see how to put them together to create finally the blouse, tunic. Anyway, it can be a dress too. It depends on the length that you want it to be. So it's you to decide. Let's get started. The written instruction, if you want to purchase them, you have my email below. So email me for the details. There are 5 sizes from small to XL. As usual, I write down the instruction for 6 measures, 5 sizes. So let's get started. So let me just explain you a little bit what I did here. So I put the stripes together. I have 72 squares, little squares on one side, 72 little squares on the other side in length. I counted half of them, so 36. I put the marker, then I have the other 36 on the other side. And this is the back side. One of the two is the back side, and on the back side I just put the triangle, and on one side I counted 14 because I have 14 squares, small little squares on one side of the triangle, and I put a marker. So I actually joined the triangle on both sides, so on both stripes. What I have to do now is to join all the back side, and I will begin on one side of the triangle. So let's say will be this one. Okay, now this is one side of the triangle. Insert here hook between both, and we'll take a little bit this one. Okay, so here in the middle I can just go inside and here. Okay, and slip stitch. Now I joined it, and I will go chain 3 and skip 1 square and skip 1 square here, and then in between just slip stitch, chain 3. It's really easy. And the same thing, skip 1 here, skip 1 here, and slip stitch. Control, check if it's okay, and continue on like this until the end of the square. Then you will just continue on joining the two stripes together till the end. So here I joined the 3 parts together. So this part, the point the corner of the triangle and the other side. Okay, so as you can see, I joined like this. And then now I am going down, joining the two stripes together, checking, always check that you actually go well. Okay, so this is one and this is the other one. Very important. 1, 2, 3. This is one and this is the other one, and slip knot. Okay, I just continue on like this. Now the next part you will need to join will be the underarm, which means on the opposite length, so opposite of the length that we counted to put the triangle in the middle on the wrong side. So here is the triangle that we put, and on the opposite length you will count again all the stitches, all the squares in length, so they are the same, is the same number, it's 72 in my case, and you will put on half, 36 and 36 in my case, a marker. Then you will just count how many squares you need to leave on one side, and on the other side will be the same number, obvious, for the open arm opening. And I leave 10 squares, small little squares, and 10 little squares on the other side, so 20. From here you just understand how many squares you will need. So for the rectangle of the sleeve you will need 20. In my case they are 20. Okay, so I will increase on one side and on the other side until I reach 20 in width for my rectangle. Then I will go in length. Okay, this is just an explanation that I will do later on, but anyway I just wanted to tell you. Okay, then I close, so this is the opening of the arm. I close not about 12 squares, small squares, little squares, and I leave the other 14 open. On this 14 that is open on one side and on the other side, we will put the squares, the triangles that we are working. I will show you how we will work these triangles to put on the sides actually. So this is one side and the other side already joined. I have the opening for the arm, I joined, and I leave only this open where we will actually put the triangle. Okay, I am working on the neckline. I began on the back side here in the middle, and on the back side, you know, we have the chain, the half double crochet, the double crochet, and the elongated double crochet. And I work only on the half double crochet, elongated double crochet. So 3 single crochets, then skip all, go on the other and work 3 single crochet, and so on. On the right side, around the little squares with the double crochet vertically, I work into each double crochet 1 single crochet. Where I have the little square with the double crochet horizontally, I work around the last double crochet 2 single crochet. So this is the rule, and I'm working like this all around. And then I will show you how to work. It's 1, 2, how to work actually the border, elastic border that I want to put. 1, 2 and 3. Okay. I finished the single crochet round, this is a round, sorry, a round, and I slip stitched to join, and I begin with chain 3 and double crochet in each single crochet. I will go on like this until I reach here where I put the marker in the middle front side. Okay, so I work the last stitch here, then I will go back with one front post, double crochet, one back post, double crochet. I will go back till this chain 3, so the first double crochet, and then up and down. I will show you how, but now just double crochet into each single crochet until the last where you have the marker. Okay, so I finished the row, and now I will chain 1 around the first one. I will just go ahead and work the first front post, and then the second will be a back post. Okay, and then front post and back post. I won't stay here and explain you how to work the front post and back post. There are plenty of videos on YouTube or how to work them, so if you don't know, just go ahead and search for front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Okay, so one front, one back till the end, and I will work one more row exactly. I finished with the first part, here it is, and the second part I began it here exactly in the middle. The first part I began it on the back side, and I go to the back side and in rows exactly as I did with this part, and then I will sew together the two parts here. I will show you how it looks. So first is a double crochet row, then second one front post, one back post, and the third is one. So where you have front post you work front post, where you have back post you work back post. So now I will sew this part over the other one here. In order to have a perfect okay, now I will just go on the back side. I will sew the other part on the wrong side too. Okay, this one here on the wrong side too, so will be just perfect. Let me try with the small tear that I have here. Who knows? I don't think it's enough. No, it is not enough, so I must. Now it's perfect. Can you see how it is all so, and it looks just perfect. The only thing I have to do is to sew the other sleeve, actually to add to join the other sleeve and the bottom. Okay, now let us talk about the sleeve. Is the last part that we need to attach now to join. I have here the sleeve. I work 20 little squares, and they are 20 little squares because the opening of the arm that I left out here, so I sew here on the sides. Actually, this is something that I wanted to say. Here on the sides I didn't, so when I shown you how to work it, how to join the sides, I tell you that we would that would be a triangle at the end, but there is no triangle. Sorry, a mistake, my mistake. So you just join the side. You will just leave about 6 small little squares just to create a nice opening at the end, so at the bottom of the blouse. Okay, if you want to, you can join all of it. And I also put a border, exactly the same border that I put on the, and exactly the same, I work exactly in the same way that I put around the neckline. I put here on the bottom front side, and I will put on the back side. I haven't completed it yet, but I will. So this is the border if you want to. But let's talk about let's get back to the sleeve. And as I said before, I leave here 20 little squares, which means that 10 and 10 on one side and on the other side, so they are 20, which means I need to put a width of 20 little squares, okay, for the sleeve, because I need to join it here, so it must be exactly the same. And in length, just measure as many squares as you need. I actually little squares. I actually instead of a rectangle, I worked a square, a perfect square, because it is just perfect for for the length of the sleeve that I need. So for the my sleeve, my arm is just perfect, and there will be folded in twice, and then we will join here on the opening of the arm, and then we will join on this side in length, obvious. Now you must be, just pay attention, you must be on the wrong side of your blouse when you do this, when you join the sleeve, of course. And to work a square, not a rectangle, it's easier because, as I explained you at the beginning, for the stripe, rectangular stripe, you begin by, there are 3 steps, so you work increasing on one side and on the other side until you reach the perfect width of what you need, and then you stop, increase on one side, and just increase on the other side until you reach the length for the stripes, you know, that we worked. And then you will stop, increase on this side, and you will just go straight. This is the 3rd step, just to close all. Okay. For the square, we eliminate actually the 2nd step. So we increase until we have 20 and 20, obvious. And then we just go straight until we actually go straight. We can say we decrease until we reach the other side, the other corner, because, you know, it's the corner to corner. Okay, so this is the square construction. It's easier because we have only two steps. Okay, now let me just show you how to join. It's exactly as we joined the other parts of our blouse. It's exactly the same. So I will just begin here underarm. Okay, I will just begin here underarm, and yes, it will be like this. So I insert the hook here and here. Okay, and join. And then chain 3 and skip 1 little square on one side and skip 1 little square on the other side and slip stitch to join. Chain 3 and we just go ahead like this all around. Skip 1 little square on the arm hole and skip 1 little square on the sleeve and join with a slip stitch, and then just be sure you skip only 1 and only 1 here. Okay, from time to time check if you don't. Okay, so I have 3 and 3, it's perfect. Okay, just check that you are doing, that you didn't miss any or skipped, or skip 2, miss any or skip 2 instead of 1. Anyway, just be sure it's all nice and smooth. So we have 20 squares here, little squares on the sleeve, 20 little square on the armhole, so it must be here. Look what I did. Sorry. So as you can see, I joined here 2 little square and here only 1. That's why I tell you, don't do so. Try not to do this because you will, oh, it's here, sorry, because you will have to undo. Oh, it's not very nice, but you know. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this is, let's see here what we have. This is 1 and this is 1. I hope I just go. I just went, okay, now it's perfect. I can just go ahead and continue. Okay, so that's it. That's it. I'm just going on, paying attention of joining 1 and 1. Okay, so this is very important. Joining 1 and 1.